Hello everyone and welcome to Thursday's edition of the vlog. Sporting the CBTV shirt today, the Rick and Morty style. So these are actually available at Expo prices. So these prices won't be like this for forever. We want to make sure that we push out CBTV and make sure that every single thing that we sell at this expo, or obviously on our website as well at cbtvaustralia.com.au, we want to make sure that all of our proceeds go towards a bigger cause. So of course we will be gaining enough for us to make ends meet, but we want to be able to give back to wildlife conservation projects. So whether it be what we did with Australia Zoo, or we're going to be looking at doing stuff maybe with Bundaberg where they do the turtle conservation, so we're going to be looking into that. And we'll also do a couple other different things, so like your local cleanup days, and we're also doing a baking fundraiser for RSPCA, so that will be in August, so keep an eye for that. I'll even put the link down in the description for you so you can donate if you like, and that will be, all of that will go to the RSPCA to help with animal cruelty. So we're trying to do a fair bit at the moment, which is great for all animals. So it's not just our native animals, it's not just the international animals, it's also pets as well, because we do class some of our reptiles and furry friends and cats, dogs and all that as friends and pets as well. So we want to make sure that we help as much as we can. But enough babbling on, let's get into this vlog. And I'm actually setting up an enclosure for our bearded dragon Keg, who's moved from his coffee table style enclosure to a new one. So we'll go check that out. Let's go do that now. So the first thing I've got to do with Keg's enclosure is he's actually being housed in there right now with some aspen bedding, but since he is a bearded dragon, of course aspen is completely fine to have as a substrate for bearded dragon, same as your critter crumble and other substrates like that. But I actually prefer with bearded dragons to be on a more naturalistic substrate, which is obviously going to be sand or critter crumble. So with that said, he is a central bearded dragon. Central Australia is basically desert. If you haven't been out there, go check it out. There's no aspen out there. So we're going to change this to some play sand from Bunnings, which is 100% safe for the animal. You can also do your red desert sand as well, which I think looks really, really cool, especially if you make a few dunes in there and put some naturalistic logs and rocks and stuff like that in there. But I'll get to clean this and then we'll get into the setup. So the enclosure's all stripped bare now. Keg's over here just relaxing on this log here, and I've implemented the F10 procedure. Now the F10 procedure here, that what I do is when I strip an enclosure bare, we use a 5 to 500 mil, which is labeled on the front here. Now, as always, I sell these. I sell them in either like this, empty, or they can be pre-packed ones. I've done that for a couple of people as well that just need like a fix sort of thing. But what I do is I use a 5 to 500 ratio, and that kills off any viruses in this enclosure whatsoever. I've gotten into every nook and cranny, and I let it sit for a good 20 minutes. So I've got my timer set, and now it's just a waiting game, and then I'll play a bit of enclosure build. I'll put some sand down, implement the water bowl back into it, and put all the decor back in. I'll put a new UV light in because it's starting to look a bit yellow, which everybody should have a documentation of their light when they purchase it, as it can diminish quite quickly. The rule is 6 months for a UV light is pretty much perfect. You can obviously run them for a lot longer, but their UV output is going to be diminished dramatically. So I'll be trying a new one from Ironbark Aussie Pets. Now I'll see how that goes because it was quite cheap. It's a 10.0 UVB output, so it seems to be alright, and I'll obviously move some stuff around and make sure Keg's all settled back in. So now I've just got to wait, so we'll skip this little session of me standing here doing nothing. Alright, so all finished the enclosure now, and after I'd finished building it, I thought, you know what, I probably should have filmed this, but anyway, it was sort of hard with the sand to get it all nice and right and that, so I wanted to make sure that it was going to be perfect and great for Keg. So here it is here. I've got it all set up here. I've moved the heat lamp over towards with the UV, and there he is there basking. So we've got a fair bit of climbing material there, so he can get up and bask on the heat and on the UV as well to soak some UV. Water bowl at the end, a bit of free roam area there. But all in all, pretty successful, I think. It's pretty minimalistic, but at the same time, it does the job. And the sand will actually be good for his nails as well. So it'll be good to see him using some sand again. And we might feed him, I reckon, tomorrow after he's settled back in. But there is the finished product.